All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Alaracanfieldshow, the Awakened Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And it is my deepest wish, desire, and intention to bring forward to you, for you, these wonderful speakers who are sharing their wisdom, their teachings, their experiences, their activations, their light languages, their healing, etc., so that we can all thrive and flourish in our lives, so we can have ease in our lives, in our mental, physical, emotional, spiritual bodies, and more. And so today, my dear friend Brenda Lainof is back with us, and we are going to be talking about pathogens, entities, and past lives. And so some of what we're going to discuss today is the difference between physical parasites and energetic parasites. We're going to discuss how entities held in the physical body can directly contribute to pathogens. We're also going to talk about how past life trauma, belief systems, and programs weaken our immune system and make us more prone to attract pathogens. All that and more. There's always surprises. There's always, I'm going to say, light language during this call. And we'll see what else. Brenda will be taking questions from the chat if you're here on Zoom with us live. And so for those of you who may not know Brenda, she's been with us many times. We love having her back on the show. And she is an intuitive guide and assists in clearing negative emotions and chronic health conditions, emotional and mental self-sabotage. Once she intuits what is creating unease in your body, Brenda energetically works with you to dissolve that unease, dis-ease, and low-frequency vibration. Brenda works with numerous modalities and uses the most appropriate modality that is needed at the moment, energetic modality. Just want to say that again for everyone. And every client, of course, is different, and she taps into you as to what you are ready for. And if you have tried everything through the traditional medical channels, working with many other healers and alternative health cures, then chances are that using any of the modalities in combination with light language can help you get cleared using proven holistic, pain-free, drug-free healing techniques. So I just want to say, again, we are working with energy. We're not talking about curing anything physical, but we are working with energetic techniques to assist you to have more ease in your body, mind, spirit, etc. So please join me in welcoming Brenda to the show. Brenda, welcome. So glad you're back.
Thank you. Glad to be back. I'm at a different location right now at this point in time. So I'm in Mexico. If it's a little bit noise outside of the door, I just keep that in mind, and we'll just do our best here with the location I'm in.
Well, it's interesting. You're in Mexico, and today outside, it is so warm. I think earlier it was like 16 degrees Celsius. So it's like for November 15th, 16 degrees, that is like summer. It's like summer weather. So that must be your influence, bring the energy of Mexico here.
I guess. Well, it is hot in this part because everybody knows that along the coastlines, that's where people go. And I'm just like, I'm not used to it. My body is like Alberta kind of 30 below party, so my body hasn't caught up with anyways, it is. I'm not complaining. I've been wishing for this day since COVID times when we couldn't really travel. And so no, I'm just grateful.
Yeah, and you're so lucky to be in a warm place. So good for you. I'm not looking forward to the cold when it does come. So I was like, yeah, I'll take the 16-degree weather. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Nice. All right. So today, like I said, we're talking about pathogens, entities, and past lives. And of course, I want to again say it again for everybody and for YouTube land. We are talking about energetic parasites. We're talking about energetic healing, energetic clearing, everything at the energetic level. And if you suspect that you have something physical, please do consult with a medical practitioner of your choice. But what we do on these shows is give you information and energetic tools and techniques, etc., that can complement your medical treatments that you may be getting. So all that being said, let's talk about pathogens, entities, and past lives, and how are they all related. So first of all, let's talk about pathogens for people that may not know what exactly pathogens are. Can we talk a little bit about that, Brenda?
Well, the pathogen work, I was introduced to it many years ago, and then things just evolve. And as you work with more and more people, so the pathogens, we're quite aware that different pathogens of, you can have eczema or maybe shingles, or maybe there's a virus, digestive issues, candida, so that type of thing. And by working with the frequency, and by looking at the layers, you can have layers of pathogens. So you may have identified pathogen here, then there can be other ones hiding underneath, and it exposes what's underneath. So there can be layers to it. And pathogens are energy. Every as again, everything is of energy, as we all know, but it's true, everything is of energy. And what I found is that by giving almost a voice to the pathogen, it can help them. It can help them move on. So that's sort of been happening since the last maybe few years of just working more and more with these pathogens, and just finding out that sometimes they just need help. And sometimes there's some dark entities that can attach to these pathogens. And that's what I've come up with in my own work. So everything is connected. And so with the pathogens, again, I mentioned that they can be in layers, and there can be various strengths. And what we do is work on the particular pathogen. And then I like to go back and see, well, when did it come in firstly? When did this pathogenic energy come in? Was it this lifetime? It could be no. Did you pick it up in your mother's womb? Maybe no. Was it picked up in the womb? Maybe no. Is it past life related? So there have been instances where I go, okay, let's uncover what was a past life. And when I get to that situation and that past life, many times when I go back and check, okay, is that pathogen of whatever it is it still here? And it may help that pathogen dissipate. So it's all connected. It's just not, okay, look at the pathogen, and then it's all interrelated. Everything is interrelated. And we have a tendency to separate it.
Yeah.
But, when you've been doing energy work, like probably a lot of us here for decades, or, a long time, you realize that there isn't just one way to do something. There isn't one way to teach, one way to learn. We've all have our way of working, and we all have our own personalities. And so just bundle it all up, and I just go where I'm guided.
Absolutely. And that's where, intuition comes in handy, right? So let's talk about the difference between the physical parasite and the energetic parasite. So can you give some examples of the physical parasite and the energetic parasite?
When you have an actual physical parasite, so as mentioned, you could have a type of, like a candida, for example. But what can happen is that you can go through the process and say you clear the candida, but you can have the imprint, the energy of that still residing and vibrating in your body. So you think you cleared it, you're getting the go ahead, yes, it's been cleared, but the energy can still be residing in your system. So you're always checking, is it a physical or is it the energy of a particular pathogen? So there is a difference, and it's something that needs to be asked.
Your audio
And
keeps going in and out. I'm not sure what's happening
oh,
there.
does it? Oh, okay. So yeah, so you have to ask if it's a physical or is it an energetic. And as mentioned, it can be like a miasm of that particular pathogen. So it could be that as well. So the energetic, the imprint of that pathogen still in your system. And many times when you give that energetic pathogen, a physical pathogen, a voice, it just needs to be heard. It's not that they're all really bad and they're out to get you, or all of the entities are bad and they're out to get you. Sometimes they just need help.
So what does
And
that
so,
mean? They need help, and how do you
well,
help
they
them?
to recognize that maybe they're because they're of energy, they need to be heard. They need to be understood. And so you're giving them a voice and just like, okay, thank you. Thank you. And send them to the other side to be dealt with appropriately. So just sending them on their way. Okay, we're helping you, releasing them. Everyone needs to be heard. We all need to be heard. Even when you think of entities, sometimes they just need to be heard and not just, banishing them away. The pathogen just banishing them away. So what I do now is I guess I have to thank COVID because being locked down where I was, it's really made me move out and with the light language, I'm downloading the light language to help move that energy, whatever it is.
Yeah, awesome. And so I'm not sure if everyone heard this before, but I just want to mention again, if you're here in the Zoom room with us, and if you have a question for Brenda regarding pathogens, entities, and past lives, whatever we're talking about, right? You can write it in the chat, and Brenda will be taking some of those questions and answering those for all of us. So also, Brenda, let's talk about how entities specifically can contribute to the pathogens, and what does that mean exactly? So like the entities bring in the pathogens, or they assist with helping the pathogens to stay active, or what does that
Right.
mean?
I just the latter. I believe, so when we have a weakness in our body, we know that we can be more prone to certain illnesses, etc. And that weakness, we're then in a lower vibration. And when we're in a lower vibration, then yeah, the pathogens, the entities can be more prone to find a place and a way to get in. So if we're in this low vibration, yes, they can come in and then they can cause problems. So that's with the pathogens. So that can definitely happen.
Interesting. And that then affects the body, right, as well as the energetic system.
Yes, it affects both the physical body and the energetic system. So it's all, like I said, interrelated, and everyone needs to be heard. And we may not understand it, but sometimes people or entities and pathogens need a voice. So we're just
Yeah.
giving them a voice, and everybody just wants to move along, and no matter at what level we're at. And so it's just giving them a voice in the light language. I'm just opening up, and this is not something I'm thinking ahead of time. This is what's going to, this is the sounds that are going to come out. It's all just very natural. I just channel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so let's talk a little bit about past lives, or even past life traumas, or the belief systems that we have and our programming. They can weaken our immune system, right? For sure, and make us more prone to attract pathogens. So how can we stop that? How can we not attract so many different pathogens?
I think it's a process. I really do. And the thing is that somebody had a really good saying today. We're not just holding on to our own energy, we're going back, it was like thousands of generations. So the more that we can hold space for our ancestors and clearing their energies, their dark entities and pathogens, then it's a process. It really is. It's just not, if you do this one thing, then I guarantee you're going to be great. I think it's a process. And I think it would be really beneficial to learn how to hold space so that you can allow these pathogens to move through, the entities to move through, etc.
So, I mean, in our industry, entities is a scary word, right?
Hmm.
So,
I
go ahead.
suppose, but I don't think it's scary. I don't understand why it would be scary because we're dealing with the dark, and we all know here we're dealing with some dark times.
Mhm.
When you have dark times, you're dealing with lower vibrational energies, and you've probably noticed some friends, maybe family, they're just really confused and out of sorts and not making sense on a number of things. That's a time when we are in the lower vibration, not of love. That, just we're getting bombarded by the different things that are coming at us. We're getting sabotaged. We can be in that lower vibration. We are more prone to entities. They're real. It's
But
not
there,
something that we can just hope that that we don't attract them. I think everyone can be prone to having an entity attack.
but we can get rid of them, or like you said, talk to them, right? Communicate with them so that they
Well,
don't affect us in that way.
I think to learn to identify that, if you're feeling off, there could be a real reason for that. And it could be that when you're feeling off like that, you've picked up something. I mean,
Hmm.
I don't know about you, but I know for myself, for example, I walk into a store, say I walk into Costco, and I was feeling quite good, when I walked in, but you come out and you just feel like, oh, you just not feeling great. It could be in that time that there was an entity that came in. So
Hmm.
you may have attracted that entity. So, anyways, that can happen and does happen. And just having the awareness, if you were feeling good one moment, and then maybe the next minute not feeling so great, there could be a reason for that.
Interesting. And so, here we are talking about entities, and Cindy put a question in the chat, and she said, I was told I had an entity that attached to me while in the womb that is preventing me from fully ascending and reaching my highest potential. Can I please have a scan to see if it is still present?
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Yeah, so I just have to get into the energy with Cindy. So let's just do that now. So I just want to get into her energy field. And just so you know, too, I also dowse. So that's a big part of the work that I do. This pendulum I just actually purchased in Mexico City a couple months ago. Has all the archangels on it, 4 archangels in it.
Nice.
Has a very nice weight. So just getting into the energy for Cindy. So she wants to know, and if there's like an entity that was attached to her in the womb from fully ascending. I don't know if that feels right to me. I think I need more information on that, Cindy. To be honest, that's quite just quite general. But is there an entity? Do you have an entity? Maybe that's more of the. See, I'm not picking up on anything right now for you, so I would. I,
Good.
I'm just not. I'm just telling you, I'm just not picking up on anything.
Yeah. Awesome. So that's great, Cindy. So, if you if
Just
you did
not.
have one, it's no longer there.
Yeah, and we can look, something can tell us something and then we believe it. And for me too, I can say something today, you can believe it or not believe it, it's your choice. So I just feel like we have to be also careful and listen to our intuition. But when I read that and I'm asking, I'm getting no. So
Awesome.
I'm just
I
letting you
I'm
know what
actually
came up.
here.
Okay.
Hi. I had a reading done, and
Mhm.
a healer had told me that there was some entity that attached to me while I was in the womb, and every time I get close to breaking through with opening my third eye and connecting, that this entity seems to pull me back. That's what I was told. That it's not letting me fully reach my highest potential and not letting me open my third eye fully because there's this entity attached. Are you feeling that at all? Sensing anything of that nature?
The way it's the way we ask a question too. And so what about we ask it this way? Is there an entity that's hidden, that never wants to be found or revealed, that's camouflaged? Is there an entity blocking you from reaching your highest? Right away, I'm being told no. So I'm just letting you know what's coming up. I'm being told no.
So Cindy,
Okay.
so now it's up to you whether you want to believe Brenda and then go forward with that belief system now, right? I was also getting no, Cindy. Okay, so
Okay.
Well, I think that's wonderful. Perhaps they just wanted me to pay more to remove the entity, which was not really there. That could be it too.
there are
Who
there are people who
knows?
do things like that. Who knows? But yeah, but you know,
I,
Work, yes,
yeah,
the ordeal. Work further with me and I'll help you remove it.
oh
But
my goodness, if you would have told me that, I would have been like, Cindy, go, go backwards.
yeah,
No, run away. Because as soon as somebody says something like that, I'm like, no. Just like, no,
yeah,
that's just
okay, well,
me.
I
yes.
appreciate that.
Yeah, you're
That's
welcome.
wonderful news. Thank you so much. I
Well,
greatly appreciate it.
that's good. Yeah,
And
you know,
I was just saying, Brenda got no twice. I also got no, right? So,
hmm,
and we're not asking you to work with us. So, so you don't have to
right.
work with us to verify if that's true or not, whatever. But it's like, no. So now it's up to you to move forward with the belief and faith that no, there is nothing there blocking you other than your own, your own self. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Many
Awesome.
blessings.
Thank you, Cindy.
You're
I'm so
welcome.
I'm so glad that Cindy asked that question. Actually, it was
Okay,
good.
good,
So of
good.
course, there are lots of people with questions in the chat now. So Diane asked the question that
Mm.
can a pathogen be obtained for starving to death in past lives that in this life has you overeating most of the time now?
Oh,
Hmm,
wow.
that's
Yeah,
interesting.
wow. I mean, I guess most things are possible, right? Like there can be, there maybe not, maybe. As a general question, I'm open to most anything. I'm
So
open
do you think that's true for her, for Diane?
Okay, so can a pathogen be a chain from starving to death? We can still have that energy of starvation in our blueprint. I'm getting, yes, the energy of starvation is in your blueprint. Of course, we've had ancestors that, had difficult times, but when I ask, is that energy of starving to death, is within your blueprint? I'm getting yes. Is this related to you overeating most of the time now? I'm not getting strong on that. But is it within your energetic blueprint? I'm getting yes.
All right, so Diane, hopefully that makes sense. Let us know how that resonates with you. And Gail is asking, and I love that some of these are general, right? Not always
Mm,
specific because they can help everyone as well.
true.
But when you are low in spirits, depressed, you can pick up more negativity. That's true. When you're full of light, the dark entities are attracted to the light. That's also true. So let's
It
talk
is
about that.
well, it is true. And it's
Mhm.
frustrating. It's so frustrating. I know, like it seems like at times, like when I step out, like with my business or doing things, it's just like, what the heck, I can be attracted and more, they want to shut you down. That is a real oxymoron. It's absolutely happens. And I don't know what to say on that. We just have to persevere. What is important, what's Alara doing with her communities is finding like-minded people to support you. Like honestly, that is just the best. And really listening to your intuition. Um, this
And
is what.
I'm just going to add really quickly, Brenda, because I know that
Mhm.
I have been attacked, brought down many times. And, it happens often, but I keep going. I keep
Yes.
pursuing. I keep,
Absolutely.
sometimes I do get put off track for a while, but then I come back, so it's like,
Right.
so so yes, the
Yes, for
yes,
both.
it happens. Yes, it happens. But
It
then it's like,
does.
how committed are you to your goals and your dreams, etc. Right? So keep going.
Exactly.
And keep doing the inner work, because the more you do the inner work, at a point, then the dark entities cannot touch you anymore when you are of the light, right?
Of the light.
Right,
Yes.
so keep doing the work to raise your vibration frequency and light quotient, right? At one point they can't do anything anymore. So I think that is, I'm going to say, true for me now, because I'm not as affected anymore as I used to be in the past.
Right.
But the negativity, when you're depressed and thinking negative thoughts, blah blah blah, all that stuff, that can definitely bring you down. And so it's so important to keep on top of it for yourself.
Well, we can be absorbing somebody else's negativity. It may
For
not have
sure.
nothing to do with you. Could be you are picking up the negativity on the collective level that lowers your frequency and vibration. So there's various ways that we can raise our frequency and vibration, and we do get tested. And I'm just going to give one little something. Well, it was a big thing. So I was at a mall in July of this year, and I was right there in the food court when there was a mall shooting.
Wow.
And I thought that's interesting that this has happened at this time, knowing that I'm knowing that I'm going to be moving from there to Mexico for a period of time. It felt, and this is what was really came out of it for me, because I had to go like, okay, I was supposed to be there in the mall when that was a shooting in the food court, and scramble with my hip replacement, and scramble with these kids running and jumping over tables and screaming and yelling to an exit door that I didn't know where the exit door was at. I didn't know. I've never been in this mall before.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to moved through the mall, and just like we had to keep going. And I was trying to pull my husband, like, no, just like in the movies, no, I want to go hide here behind some juice stand or whatever. Let's go over here. And he says, no, he's pulling me. We've got to the exit door. It's like having to not get frozen. And this is a true story. It didn't make the news very much, because they don't want this type of thing to be known, because then it lowers the people that'll go out into the malls and do the shopping. So this wasn't in Canada, I'll just say that. And so that did happen, and it really shook me to my core. But you know what? I keep on going. And I've had three near-death experiences. I keep on going. I keep on going because there's no option at this point. Well, maybe there is. Either you don't or you do. But I think for all of us, we're here at this time, so we just keep going. And this is what I'm kind of thinking, Alara, would be really good to do a light language audio, because what's coming up for me is that we have to get out of our own way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if that makes sense to you, I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to be doing an transmission,
Okay.
and it's so everybody can kind of just, maybe if you feel like not quite right or some discomfort. So I've been guided, and I never even really thought about it until I talked to Alara just before we started live, but we're just going to be doing a transmission here. And I thought, what am I going to do it on? And I was really guided to getting out of our own way. So we're asking God, anywhere within our systems, is there any weakness? Anywhere we feel an emotional weakness, physical weakness, psychological weakness, mental, all the levels, we're asking God to please help us get out of our own way. And anywhere that anyone here is not in alignment to the respiratory, digestive, and reproductive system, let's strengthen that. And that's going to help us get strong, and getting out of our own way. And as we do that, we're commanding a miracle frequency. So let's just do that now. Shalakia pakashana naya lakia pokoya, sikia poshana, lakia posha, lasana nania pakia toko, chalakia, chalayika, ipokoka sanaila, shata, 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 siye kakaya, shakolakia, akia nanaya, siya pokoya, ya nanaya pokoya, shata, sukuya. Just asking God just to remove all that weakness that we may be holding on to. Maybe weakness we've absorbed, we're sharing from the collective, from our ancestors. All the weakness in getting our head out of the way. So take a deep breath in. Maybe have a sip of water. And just give us some feedback, sensed anything or whatever that is.
Well, I'm still yawning, so I know that the energy is still moving.
It still is. I agree. It's still moving.
Yeah. Yeah. So let us know in the chat how you are feeling. What are you perceiving, if anything? And sometimes it might just be the yawning, etc. I'm also noticing for myself, it's also a little bit in the throat, so it's clearing out some stuff in the throat as well. Oh, good. Linda says I came in late, but I felt lighter. Awesome. Good. Thank you, Linda.
Yeah, it's still, the energy's still working, so it might have been too soon to ask for feedback. So just know this could be working for a period of time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
still.
okay, there we go. I did a little bit of a yawn as well.
Yeah. Kathy O says very nice, peaceful, restful. Good. Yeah, I'm still like feeling it.
Yeah, me too. Right at the top of my head is where I tend to feel energy right there. And you
Awesome.
don't
So
need to feel it for it to work, just so
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, for sure. Some of us do, but you don't always have to. For sure. Okay, I'm going to just see what the next question is here. Give me a second. So there was so Gail feels lighter as well. Cindy says feeling lighter inside and yawning also. Oh, don't talk about it. Oh, me too.
Oh gosh, now I'm feeling another surge right here. It's coming in waves.
So Tanya Caldwell, I don't know if there's another Tanya here, but she said, I used to have a cloak over my head. Do I still have it?
Did you say a cloak?
Cloak. I guess like a cape with a hood, you know?
Oh, a cloak, right. Do you still have a cloak over your head? I'm not getting a yes or a no on that. I'm not getting a yes or a no.
Or is it like an
Maybe,
invisibility cloak?
yeah, when you say invisibility, I'm getting yes.
Yeah.
Yes, invisibility. Perfect.
Yeah. So she
Yeah.
says like I was blocked. Yeah, so the invisibility is gonna block you from being seen, being known, etc.
Exactly. And that's like, the dark forces don't want us to be shining bright, so they kind of hide us out. And we're being affected by the air, by the water, by all ways. And that is happening. So it's just like, okay, so what we need to do is just, raise our our vibration. And I know in my chakra scan, which is part of that package B, you got set up, Alara, but that's what I look at is like, is there something within some of those chakra points that's blocking you getting out of your own way is what's coming up. So that's where I would go. And is it, you know, what's going on, like where you're being blocked, maybe you're, you know, that intuitiveness. So that was something I would definitely look at in
And
the
so
recording.
there's a
Yeah.
question from Arietta, and she says, feeling strained, my whole head, cranium, eyes, teeth, skin, painful and numb. I'm not laughing. I'm just like, oh my goodness, all these different things. Palms and hands as well, numb, and my stomach's upset. So I'm just gonna say, when you have something physical, please do check in with a medical practitioner. Is there any blood vessel disease and an entity, any pathogen or any negativity I have received? I'm gonna say not received, but I'm gonna say picked up, maybe perhaps.
Okay, so I am looking at that right now, Arietta, and painful numbs as well. Well, let's see what comes up. So I'm just going to be checking in and guided here because, as mentioned, I work with many different modalities and etc. So I'm just checking if there is something here that we can. Okay, when I do ask, and I'm just going to tell you what comes up, I'm going to be asking if there's something here, and I actually I am getting there is yes, I'm getting that you received a psychic attack. I am getting a psychic attack. And I'm going to be asking, when did this come in for you, this psychic attack? And I got a lot of energy right here. I'm actually getting within the last year. So I'm getting a psychic attack within the last year. So this is where we're going to go. So we're going to be going through a clearing, and I'll be dowsing at the same time. And that's what I do in my sessions. And I combine my light language. So there's a combination of things going on with my methods. So this is for a psychic attack.
Is this for everybody as well?
And this is for anyone here. So if anybody here, if you do happen to muscle test, and maybe you do, maybe you don't, maybe you have a psychic attack as well. So this will be for everyone here, not just Ariana, but for everybody within this call or as to the replay. So we're looking as to a psychic attack. And with supreme power and authority of our soul, body, mind, emotions, and thoughts, we're free and sovereign and disengaged from all slave matrix programs and programming. Nullify, void, delete all contracts, promises, agreements, oaths, vows, swearings, obligations, pacts, and programs that no longer serve our highest and best in every moment. Let's go ahead now and cleanse, clear, and release this psychic attack that is yours. You absorbed it, you're sharing it. It's generational. It's from a false matrix manipulation of your astral body in 4D. Throughout all lifetimes, timelines, holograms, matrices, parallel lives, realities in between lives, future lives, past this life, present, future life, in any dimension, world, plane of existence, planet transition, parallel, universe, astral plane, lower, upper, and casual world. Just doing that now. Pakia la klashi hania pakuya. Sikia pa lokosha tekya okanaya lokoya se shotoka pekia nai lekia sha sopoyata okoya hanaya okoshiata kokuyin kata kia pakitaka kieta pakitaka. We're asking to dissolve, dismantle, and disengage, and folding in anywhere there's loopholes, escape holes that keep this psychic attack running, program running. Shalaki bokokashara kiasanaya bokokashiata. Oyeta bokashana lakiata. Yeta bokokashaka yeta baka olekia. So you to chikata Kia to poko. Shakia to poka. Shikati. Shikatapakita. Kino no 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 kita. Shikatapakita. Papieta. Shak. Just sending this psychic attack, this dark entity. Just send it love. Just sending it love. Shalakia pakasha soya. Manana kieta. Okumashia. La casia. Okokosha tokoya na. Sending in love, highest frequency and vibration. That's what it needs. This psychic attack needs love, allowing it to release from your body at a soul level. Sending it on its way. Sending in love. Just envision sending this psychic attack, this interference energy love. Just envision it leaving your body. Sending it love, just sending out hearts. Okay, if you have water and you want to have a sip of water on that, my head is just kind of spinning here for pressure. Just knowing this also could be for the next few minutes. Yeah.
Oh, I was yawning as well. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Arietta, how are you doing? And again, like Brenda was saying, this is for everybody. So it's not just for Arietta. She brought forward the question, but it's for anybody else who happens to resonate with it. So let us know in the chat. And it's going to continue, right? So it's going to continue to process. So just keep breathing, keep drinking water the best you can, okay? Yawning big time and spinning. Yeah. Just be with it, ground if you need to as well, right?
Right. Let's just strengthen everybody to be grounded. Just do that now. So we're just grounding everyone. Grounded to the earth. Center of the earth. It's just grounding everyone now.
Did you lose your phone? Oops.
Okay. So I'm curious, Arietta, if you've noticed anything within this short period of time, if anything, if discomfort has kind of, there's less discomfort in the areas that you mentioned.
Yeah, and Kathy O saying the incoming heat is intense. Pippa says yawning also. Jane says glad to connect with that. Thanks to you, Arietta. So thank you. So in the meantime, while she types in the chat, we're gonna go to Kathy. Oh, no, Sarah. Sorry, Sarah. Where Sarah says, I often feel as though I have sudden shifts and wonder if I have energy working at cross purposes. May I get a scan? So energy working at cross purposes.
Cross purposes. I'm not too sure what you mean by that. What does cross purposes mean?
Well, I think she means working against each other. Energies working against each other.
Oh, I see. Okay, so often feels like I
That's
have
what I
sudden
think she
shifts and wonder
means.
if I have energy working across, may I get a scan? So if we're talking about an energy scan, a chakra scan, I guess that's what you're referring to, a scan. Let's just see what chakra and again, part of that package of B that Alara's got set up It does include a little chakra scan, but I'm just going to be checking right now if there's a particular chakra that's sort of shouting out to me that, yeah, well, I'm getting your third eye is definitely, when I ask the third eye, what percentage is it open? Is it, processing? Yeah, I'm only getting about 20 some percent, so it's not very high. So that maybe is when you're saying cross purposes, it's because your third eye or your brow, center of the forehead. And I'm going to be asking if there's something there. I bet it's also related to your central nervous system. So it's all connected to the central nervous system. And the central nervous system, again, is really erratic. This is what I'm hearing. It's very erratic. So that was something I look at within my sessions, as to the central nervous system. And when I ask, is there, yeah, so I'm getting neurological disturbances, which makes sense in the central nervous system. So there's reasons for that. And that's something I'd have to look into at another time if you're interested. But that's what's coming up. And
Awesome.
so it's difficult to say. I definitely, in my one-to-one sessions, I have a library. I have to say, I've got hundreds of audios that I was crazy making 3 years of COVID or 2 years. And so I definitely have. And when you book the one-to-one session, just mention to me, Brenda, what about that central nervous system you mentioned on Alara's show? I'll throw that in as a bonus in our one-to-one session. So yeah, that will help. I'm downloading light language to help get it all moving. So I'll just leave that there.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. So Kathy O says, my head hurts so much today with the energies coming in, or have I picked up something?
Oh, your head hurts with the energies. I've been feeling the energies are really intense, and I didn't know, is it because I'm in Mazaland, but I really felt yesterday, and of course it wouldn't matter where in the world you're located, I felt really intense energies. And this is what I went through. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
And it felt like the heat was not like normal heat. It was just like a rage heat. So if that's maybe what you're kind of sensing too, yeah, the heat is just intense. So all I can say, yeah, the heat is intense, and I don't know what you do with that. If it's being, we're being downloaded with this. I would say that the things that we know is like, okay, get into nature and get your, do your grounding and that type of thing that we already know. So I think that I'm getting that will definitely help, is just getting grounded. So I will say that did come through. So with the intenseness, it's just simply getting grounded, and that's going to help you quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. Pippa says, my cat was killed on Friday. I'm so sorry,
Oh,
Pippa.
no.
Was it an accident or dark energies that caused this? Now making me feel lost. Aww.
Oh, yeah. Let us know. Like, was it killed? What does that mean? Was it accident killed or what?
Well, that's what she's asking you. Was it an accident or dark
Oh, I
energies?
see. So was it an act? Oh, gee. You know what? I'm not getting a yes or no on that. I can't tell you. I'm not getting strong either way. I'm tending to feel when I listen is more an accident is what I'm hearing now. Initially it was like I wasn't getting anything. I'm not getting dark. When I ask again, I'm not getting dark energies or entities. I'm getting more an accident. And you know what I'm getting? I'm getting it was like it's exit time. It was its time to exit, which is really hard. we love our animals. And it was like, no, it's his exit time. And so what I would encourage you to do is that, and I'm going to throw it out because it's the truth. So if we meet, when we can just talk to the cat, let's get in contact with the cat. If there's something that the cat's still holding on to, we can find out. Is there a trapped emotion? Is there something that that cat needs to express to you? That some messages that need to come through to you. This is what I'm getting. It like you need to hear something.
So his
I
name
feel,
was Kit, and he was only a year old.
oh yeah, yeah. It's almost like, okay, I'm just going to say it sounds crazy, whatever. I feel like he's saying, I'm sorry. Like he's sorry. Kit is sorry.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is what I'm hearing.
And exit times can be at any time, right? So they're not always when they're
Yes.
older. It could be any time that they have chosen as their exit time,
And
unfortunately
also,
for us.
well, true, as we love our pets,
Yeah.
sometimes more than people, but we love we love our pets.
I love my
They're
babies.
like our chip.
Yeah,
I know we're so they're just our babies, no matter what it is.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it is. It's a really difficult one, but I feel like it was there to help. This is to help you move on, to carry the torch. It was like it was there for a purpose to help you heal and grow, is what I'm hearing.
Mhm.
So it was there for that duration, which was very short, but it was like it's time. I feel that that's what it is needed to tell you now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
Pippa.
I
Yeah.
do. Yeah, I feel strong to me when I say that.
It's
And it's
difficult for
hard.
sure. Any time would be difficult, but definitely when they're
Hmm.
still so young, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, but I always say, hold on to the good memories, keep talking to them. They're always still with you,
Hmm.
right? But not physically, which I honestly,
Which
yeah,
is hard.
I
And
don't
it's
even
hard
want
to
to think about it.
and it's hard to see animals in different countries. Like it like but then I grew up, I'm not in a judgment position because I grew up on a farm and animals were, a dog does a certain job. It does a certain job. It does it this way. And so I'm not one to judge, but when I see dogs on the streets, that really bothers me. And I know it was our dog, it had passed away, it was just recently, it was her anniversary. And so I thought, oh, I just want to connect with some dog on the street. And there was that one dog, it's still a pup and it was out, but the owners let it out. And, I worry because the streets are narrow and a car can come. And so I get nervous, but it did come to me. I just thought, oh, thank you. So you may have some animal that is gravitated towards you or you're gravitated towards that and just get that connection that they're saying hello. And I felt that that was my dog that came through Jet. Just way of, I'm getting shivers as I say that. And it's not the air conditioning. So I feel that was Jet that was really coming through to comfort me. So you
Mhm.
may go through the same thing the
Yeah,
right
so
time.
so yeah, so hopefully that helps, Pippa, a little bit. I know that can't help a lot, but hopefully it can help a little bit. So we still have some more
Yeah.
questions in the chat, but I just want to take a moment, Brenda, and talk about the package. And I see, Tina, you have your hand raised. Can you type your question in the chat? That would be great if you can. I'm just going to share my screen. So give me 1 second here. And then whoops. Did I do a whoops? No. 1 second. Okay, so I'm just should be able to see my screen now. All right, so Brenda has two packages, A and B. The first package is 4 light language audios for pathogens. And then package B is everything in package A, plus a 60-minute one-on-one session, which includes a personalized light language audio, as well as a chakra scan. All right, so Brenda, you want to talk a little bit about the audios in package A?
Okay. Well, the first one is I've mentioned, how I said like there's the physical pathogen, and then the energy. Well, this is the miasm. So the energy, the fungal miasm. So this is to help clear out the fungal miasm that can contribute to brain fog and other things. And again, like we can go and we can test and, oh, I'm all clear of this fungus, but if the miasm is there, if the energetic imprint is still there, then it's still there. And so we need to go in, and this gives you a sample of something like like the fungal miasm. So how that works on that level, on a miasm level. The HVP, wow, human, this human papillomavirus energetic imprint. And so that's a big one, the HPV. And so that's something to help, and not saying that that's it. You still go to your doctor, you still do those things. But if this is a level that can work hand in hand, then great. So that will help clear out the energetic imprint and any of those lower vibrational energies. So again, you go to the doctor, this coincides and can work with whatever you're doing with your physician. The interference energy pathogenic light language. So we can get all this interference energy and we just get bombarded. And this will help clear that. So if we're getting, resistance and trauma and fear, it cannot even be ours. This is what we really need to remember. It may have nothing to do with this, but we're picking up on it because, we're empaths. So it can be held in the energetic blueprint. So that's going to help clear it all out so we can think clearer. We can get those messages from Creator. We can be more intuitive. So that just gives you a sense and idea of, okay, when we clear that, that's going to open up more space to get more information. The next one is microbiome download. So you may have heard a lot of talk about microbiomes. It's really important to get our levels up so we can be in a better position, so we're not so apt to get those physical pathogens. So we need to get our microbiome up, get some good levels up to help our digestive system and the brain and where else. So there's a lot of information out general microbiome and just a general microbiome download. So that's in that package A.
Mm-hmm. And of course, package B, go ahead, includes everything in package A plus.
Yeah, and then we do get a chance. So this is how I like to work. So you book, you'll have the link to book. I send you a Zoom link. We meet on Zoom and we have our one-to-one, and then I go where I need to go. So say you've got some physical issues, I check, is it a pathogen? Is there a pathogen related? And I do my best to determine what that is. And then we go through a process. Is there an entity attached? Maybe. Is there a past life? Is there something happening that's related to this pathogen? So I create an individualized audio for you. So you just don't hear it the one time. I'm going to create my own little audio that's downloading the light language so you can refer to this, because sometimes things just come up in layers and you don't realize it. So there could be, okay, you got this layer and that's hiding these other things. So that's why I like the audios. Need to refer to one time, maybe several times, but then you'll have it, as well as all of those other audios that I've mentioned in package A. Just put them in your Dropbox or wherever, Google, wherever you save it, and just check. If you're not confident about muscle testing, I'm very much on empowerment, and we all need to be empowered as much as possible. So I'll help you with that. If you feel, well, I can't muscle test, I can guarantee you will be muscle testing. So that's something you want to learn. And then we'll work through some things then. Yeah, it's good to be able to do that. Or, you're interested in dowsing and you go, well, Brenda, I think I'd like to douse. We can go through that too, so that you can check, oh, has my microbiome now, has it been downloaded 100%? as an example. So there's a lot of ways that, and just enjoy it, we just enjoy the whole process. So that's a 60-minute one-on-one, which includes this personalized like language audio that you can refer to. And then I'm going to give you at the end a link that you can book your chakra scan. So once we do the one-to-one, I'll give you a link and then we'll schedule a chakra scan at the end of it. And that's where I'm going through. And it's not that that's a healing process. It's like, oh, this is what's going on. Your heart chakra has got some things going on with it. And there's a lot of sadness and restriction. And maybe that's blocking you from moving ahead with your business. I have 30 years of corporate experience. And so, it all works together. And business, our personal business, our relationship business, and at all levels. So that's all of that package B.
Awesome. So package A is $77 and package B is $197. There is a payment plan available for package B. And of course, if you are an Inner Circle member, please don't forget to use your gift code to get your 10 or 25% off. All right, so please do take advantage of the packages, see which one resonates with you. And of course, package B, like we said, also includes a 60-minute personal session plus a chakra scan as well, as everything in package A and the personalized light language audio. So there's a lot in package B actually. So please do take a look at it. All right, so Brenda, we still have a few more questions in the chat. Do you want to take a few more questions?
Sure.
Do you have time to take a few more questions?
I do. I have the energy right now.
Awesome. Yeah, that's the big thing.
Yeah.
Let's see, iPad. Don't know who iPad was, or who is, but iPad says, since my childhood, I have back problems, something. And in 2008, hernia on 4 places and get sometimes paralysis from my neck. Now it gets better. Is that trauma related from past life or entities and throat problems? So of course, like I said, again, I'm going to say it again. I have to say this for YouTube, otherwise they're going to block me. So I won't be able to publish anything. But if you have physical things, please do consult a medical practitioner. Here we deal with energetic stuff and theory and wisdom, etc. But so if you have anything physical, please do check with a medical practitioner. Go ahead, Brenda. What do you got for iPad?
Okay, so iPad knows who iPad is. Yep. So we'll just see what comes up here. So I'm getting more yes when you said, is there some past life related to that? I'm actually getting there is. And what I'm going to be saying to you, or it's more like a message, is what I should be saying. I don't know if you I feel like you're very artistic and you need to get that out on paper. You need to start writing. You need to start writing down. And I really feel that by doing that, you're going to get a lot of this discomfort out of your system. So I'm going to really encourage you to pick up paper and pen. And maybe you are already doing that, but I feel like you've been blocked. So what I would suggest is that look at what could be blocking you from getting this out. Maybe, for example, to be honest, what's coming up here is that you may want to channel, and what's coming up is light language. So maybe for you is that you start drawing. Maybe that's more of it, is that you start drawing with light language. Do you know what I mean? If you don't, you can simply Google it as well, but there's so many wonderful things you can do. And I just think a lot of color, like working with chakras, and you get the colors, all the chakras in, and your light language can come through in your drawing. So this is what's coming up. I feel by doing that this is going to help a lot of this, getting it out of your system. Is that going to heal your, paralysis from your neck? I would never say that. But you need to express. So it's, you're being guided, like you need to express yourself. Everything has been kind of held down. And by doing that, that's going to relieve some of that pressure. I feel, is that pressure that's you've been holding on to for like a long, long time. Like you're saying, like since childhood. Yeah. And
And
you
just
came,
start with scribbling. I mean, I don't feel pressure that, oh, I have
Mhm.
to draw light language. Just start with scribbling,
No,
whatever comes
exactly.
up, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
exactly. You can just go to, remember many years ago, I just started like they said, okay, just let the pen just go. So I
yeah.
did because I don't think that's not my thing. But I just let it go and I was just like, okay, it did feel really good. So I'm going to suggest for everyone, like maybe consider that. Just it's really a way of letting the soul speak. You're just getting it out at a soul level. It's like your soul needs to be heard. This is what I'm hearing for you. Your soul needs to be heard. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Very much.
powerful.
Yes, that's very
So
much.
yeah, let us know how that resonates with you, iPad. We're gonna go to
Mhm.
Tina. She says, I am or have had stomach bloating and pain is a 10. Looks like movement in belly. It now has shifted to my spine and root chakra, and even pain on both sides of the waist. My throat starts to burn. Wondering if you can remove whatever is in my body causing me so much pain. Haven't slept for 2 days because when I would lie down, it would get so painful. Wonder if it could be a parasite or is it a
Oh,
being living in my body and truly messing with me? So you already heard the disclaimer about if it's something physical going on, please check with a medical practitioner. But it's interesting. I thought I had something like that earlier this year in the summer because it was awful. And then, but I did do some medical tests and all that stuff and changed the way my diet a little bit and
mm,
stuff, which helped. But I also did some energetic work as well.
mhm.
So yeah, so Brenda, do you get if
Right.
it's a parasite or something else?
Well, what comes up to me is some OCD, obsessive compulsiveness.
Hmm.
So this is what's coming up. I'm not getting anything, physical when I ask initially. Now there could be layers again to anything, but I'm getting like there's some obsessive compulsiveness disorder going on here. And we can just, just like obsess on it. Now, this obsessive compulsive disorder, is that something that was picked up in this lifetime? Now I'm getting no. Okay, well, let's see where we go with this. So I'm getting no, this OCD, obsessive compulsive order. Let's just see what comes up. I'm just asking for guidance here. What comes up for Tina? What is it? I'm just gonna see if we can piece some of this together. Yeah, I'm getting like your angels really want to, yeah, be at your side here at this time. And I'm also feeling like that you were, and maybe you've heard this before, but you were um, you were at a high level, like a high priestess at one point in time, and I felt like there were some vows that were taken, and maybe you've heard this theme before. And we can kind of shut ourselves down. But I feel like there was some vows that were taken, and I feel like the angels are saying to you that it's yeah, is really like they're there to help you out. I feel like that's something that you need to reach out and ask for assistance. So I do get past life on that, and it's also some vows as to poverty's coming up, vows to poverty. So that's coming up. Now, when I ask if there's any more information about this vows to poverty and these, this coming up, it's, yeah, lock persecution energy. So that's kind of making sense. Getting a lot of energy in my head as I say that. Yeah. So I'd definitely be looking at on a spiritual level of looking further into that is what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
Yeah. And look more into, what could be, is there any further vows? I'm not getting entities at this time when I ask, but it's like self-imposed vows. It's not somebody did this to you, but it's more self-imposed. like doing it to ourselves. You know how we can sabotage ourselves?
Mhm.
It's kind of like that vow, where it's self-imposed is what I'm hearing. So that being the case, there can be reasons why it's self-imposed. And that's where I would probably suggest looking at, well, why is it self-imposed? Why would I do that? So yeah, and of course our light can be shut down, and we can definitely have that. I feel like there was some authoritative figure that was trying to also shut you down. And it was almost like feeling like you had to do it you had to be less. You had to just be less, and you're holding on to that in your body. And
In the
again,
past,
that's
right? From a
from
past life?
from the past.
Yeah.
So what I would suggest is to go through a process and just start clearing that out. I would personally, should you decide to, just download some nice light language and how move the energy out,
Yeah.
how move it out. So that's what I would suggest. I'm getting a lot of energy in my head as I say that. So
Awesome.
if
Good.
if you can remember that, should you book, please do so. So because I'll probably forget.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Tina. And if you might want to go back and listen to this again for sure. And she said, yes, thanks. That helps me much. Yes, I was wondering if I was doing it to myself. And yes, I have been having sound coming out during this. Okay, good. Awesome.
Yeah, that's
Good, good,
good.
good.
Good confirmation.
Karen is asking, can you teach emotion code, body code? Can you?
I
No.
am a motion code body code practitioner, probably one of the first body code practitioners the last, I don't know, 13 years or something. No, we're not allowed to. No, no,
Right.
no.
That's what I
We'll
thought. Yeah.
get into trouble. However, I do demonstrate. And you know what's really cool? I'll have to tell you this. Excuse my voice. So I can demonstrate, and my body code, I can translate the emotion code into Spanish. So I don't speak Spanish. I wish I could, but I don't. So there's a lady that was here, and I've had 3 sessions with her. She doesn't speak. We get our little Google out and translate.
Yeah.
It's working great. And so I got my emotion code in Spanish. I'm teaching her how to muscle test, and we're doing it. It works out. So if you're of a certain language, most likely I can convert that for you, work with you. But no, I don't teach. I do sessions and I demonstrate, but I do not teach. Definitely not.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So there's no more questions. So that's great. How's everybody feeling now? Right. We had we had the light language, we have these little mini processes as well. Karen said I had one session with someone that was fantastic. Good. Awesome. Well, you can have a session with Brenda too. She's also fantastic.
Well, we're
Right.
all fantastic. We just have to uncover what's blocking us, because we'll have blocks. I mean, it's not like, I've been at this a long time, and it's like that perseverance like you were talking about, Larry. Like this is like I had to look for the exit door in the mall situation. Like I was scared, and I was scared in all those 3 times. I didn't know if I was going to come out of those surgeries. So yeah, we do. You have to have that perseverance, and we all can get blocked, and there's various reasons for that. So let's find out what's going on, why are there blocks, and start the process and get you clear so that we can all be fantastic, not
Yeah.
just like the token few.
Yeah. It seems like a very good method to getting to the bottom of what is blocking you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm still getting to my blocks. Believe me, it's not just, okay, now, geez, I'm good to go. This is a daily thing. But the more that I'm doing it, and you know what, the more that I'm not worried about judgment, boy, what a difference that makes. So I'm okay with that. I feel quite free right now. I just want to be me. At this point in my life, I'm going to be me, and that's it. And being not worried about us, like in the access conscious, the fear, judgment, like it's okay. Let's just do what we all are gifted to do. All of us can be.
Yeah. And that's what it's about, right? Living your life to the best that you can with the tools, resources, the gifts that you have, and without worrying about what people think, right? I mean, if we stop to worry about what people thought all the time, we would never take one step. And I know a lot of you are not taking that step because you're worried about what people will think.
And I understand that because I absolutely understand that. When you go and you make major shifts in your life, or when you're looked at like in the, maybe people with maybe even family members like, oh, that's, the woo-woo person or whatever,
Yeah.
we're going to have that. And it's like at the end of the day, you're laying in your hospital bed and really, are you going to go, darn it? You're going to have that regret. Who wants regrets?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
boring. It's boring. And like, really. So let's do it. And yeah, it does take courage to do that. And I totally get that. But this is our chance to be here. And it is what they say, we chose to be here. So that being the case, we might as well make the best of it and step out of our comfort zones.
Absolutely. And of course, Brenda did do that process about getting out of your own way. So that will also help you to keep moving, keep shining your light. Gail says, continue to shine your light, Brenda. People will judge what they don't understand. People
It's
are going to judge
true.
anyways, right? They're going to judge.
Well,
That's
they
what they
do.
So it's
If you're
fine.
quiet, yeah, if you're quiet in your home and you don't say anything because you don't want anybody to judge you, you're already being judged. You could be judging yourself. So you might
Yeah.
as well just step out. And if you have concerns about that, that's what I work with. I'm going to find out why is that? Why are you concerned about judgment? Is it a boundary issue? Like what's going on here? So I like to get to the root of it. And then I like to teach when we're on our one-to-one call. I like to, I'd like to show, I want people to be empowered. This isn't about me. It's about you. And it's about you shining your light. You show other people what to do. You be the example for your children, your grandchildren, whatever. Show them it's okay. It's safe to step out. It's like it's okay to step out.
Absolutely. And it's okay to be you, right? So you are okay being you. And I think that's so important for people to hear over and over again. It is okay for you to be you.
It is, and not to be considered the sheep. Who wants to be part of the sheep? Oh, they're the sheep.
I like being me the way I am. I'm not perfect, and I have some quirks, of course, but that's okay. I like who I am. It's all good. So again, go back and watch or listen to this because there was a lot of wisdom, but there were some mini processes, and of course, light language as well, for you to move forward on your path and for you to shine your light, and also for you to get to the root of what is going on, right? So today we were talking about pathogens, etc. But really it's about anything, right? What is blocking you? What is stopping you, right? Why are you not moving forward? So Brenda can definitely help you with all of that. So please do, of course, check out the packages as well and work with Brenda one-on-one and start to shine your light and make a difference in your life and in your community and the world and the collective. We all are making a difference step by step. One little thing that we do today, one little action we do today helps to make the world and the collective better, right? And it is about raising our vibration frequency and our light. And the more that we do that, the easier it gets for all of us to do that as well, right? I think there's a famous quote, the more that we shine our light, it gives other people permission to shine their light. And it's so true.
Yes.
So we are all living examples. So what do you want to be an example of, right? So wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone, for all your questions. It was awesome. And thank you, Brenda. This was so much fun. And there was no noise, so it was all perfect.
I know. I'm so grateful. It's like, oh, I'm so grateful. Thank you, Mexico. Thank you, workers outside of my door. It's like, thank you, internet. Thank you, thank you. So
Exactly.
no, I'm grateful. I'm grateful, Lara. So thank you, and everyone. That was fun. And thank you.
And I will send out the recordings shortly in a little bit. So until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all so much love and blessings. We'll be back tomorrow at our regular time. So see you then. All right, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Much
Thank
love and
you.
blessings. Thank you,
That was
everyone.
fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.